Did you ever stop to think that your economy, your personal economy, reflects the interest by others in you? You know, if you're not making as much as you want, you have to consider if that you're simply not getting enough interest. We need, as businesses, to be interesting. We need to have things happening that people will always ask, what's happening now with them? What's happening now in that business? What's happening now in the restaurant? Okay, so you need to make yourself or your business interesting. A simple way of doing that is with events. Let's suppose you do have a restaurant. What kind of events you put there? Or even if you're a coach, what kind of free events do you put there? What kind of information do you send to people? What do you put on your blog? Are you connected with a higher cause? Are you connected with a charity? What's happening with you and your business that makes it interesting? You have to think that, because many times when we are not making enough, it's just because we're not interesting enough to other people. And then we have to come up with things that will make it very interesting and that they would like to be connected. Now, you can talk a lot about who you are and where you are and think you're being interesting. But what you really have to think is, everything that I say, is it connected to a higher cause, to a higher purpose? What's the purpose of my business? Why people should care about it? Have you ever answered those questions yourself? Because what I've seen many times is that we just don't think about it. But people will connect and find you interesting and your business interesting if you are connected with a higher purpose. What is the purpose of your business? It cannot only be making money. It cannot be only making sales pitch to other people. So you have to find what's the higher purpose of your business, and then think about what can you create around it that will transform it in a very interesting thing to other people. And then you're going to see how your economy will rise.
Hi, my name is Nancy Marmolejo, and my business is called Viva Visibility. That's the same as my website, www.vivavisibility.com. And I started my business in 2003. It was about, my daughter was about 5 months old. I just had a baby, and I decided I was not going to go back to my teaching job. So I started my business, and I pulled on a lifelong history of growing up in a family business. My dad owned a flea market, and that was just a wild and crazy way to grow up. It was kind of like this cross between Northern Exposure and Little Miss Sunshine. It was just, colorful characters all over the place, and it was guerrilla marketing and seat of your pants marketing and bold risk taking at its best. And so I got to grow up in that kind of an environment and bring that type of temperament and approach to my business now. And then I became a teacher because I thought that would be fun, and I did that for 12 years. And what happened is, when I started my business, I brought those two worlds together. I brought this upbringing and this wild and crazy family business along with the teaching component, and how much you have to connect with people and go with it and see their greatness. And that was a really big discovery for me, to find out that you can take all these little pieces of your life from all of these different aspects of you and bring them together and create a business out of it. So that's kind of like one of the stories of how my business started. And I definitely took the path of the flea market wisdom, because part of that upbringing around this area was to just boldly get out there, promote yourself, don't worry too much about it, just go where the opportunities are. And so I instantly started sending out press releases and trying to contact the media and just doing anything I could to get more visibility for my business. Well, after doing that for a number of years and being very successful at it, I had people calling me and saying, how do you get that visibility? I want that too. And that just showed me there was a whole new opportunity, and that's when I refocused my business and called it Viva Visibility, and basically helping businesses get known and get more eyeballs on them. So that's been really cool. I loved it. I still love it. And I think that when I think about a path to prosperity, for me, it was not something that I sat down and I had it all calculated. It was, sorry, wind's blowing on me. I didn't sit down and say, okay, this makes sense. Here's here's the plan, and I can see where it's going to go 3, 5, 7 years from now. I really wasn't sure. I wasn't sure where it was going to go. I really wasn't sure, what the next step would be. But there was this drive that I had inside of me. I'd feel really drawn towards something. It's like, let's just do it. Let's just try it. And so, for instance, social media came around. And most people were saying, oh, social media, it's a waste of time. It's just for kids. Don't bother with it. I don't know, looked like a pretty cool place for me. And I started marketing my business there. And this is way back, 2006. I was using MySpace. Facebook wasn't even around anymore, yet. So, I got a lot of flack from a lot of people who now are social media gurus, but it was because I was curious and I wanted to see, would this help? Well, one day my webmaster, who was one of the naysayers, she called me and she says, I'm really surprised because all this traffic that you're getting from MySpace and all these opt-ins. And my business grew and grew and grew, and I got a lot of clients and I made a lot of money. And when you get clients and you start making money at something, suddenly you become much more credible. So then people started listening a little bit more. And my curiosity led me to try out different places, Facebook and Twitter as definitely an early adopter, and to use those to grow my business. And I think what the bottom line here is that the path to happiness in your business, prosperity in your business, it's not always about what makes sense. It's not always about the right move that you can prove with numbers and analytics and metrics and all those fun things. They're important, they really are. But if you're feeling just insanely drawn to something, there's got to be a reason why you're feeling drawn to it. There's something in you. Maybe your subconscious knows something that your conscious mind doesn't know and is just saying, quit thinking about it, just go, just go, just go. There's a great opportunity there. Recently I got a chance to speak to some college students at a communications week at a large California State University, and I was telling them a similar message. Just don't overthink it. If you are drawn to something, jump into it, try it out, because you might be that early adopter who this just completely transforms your business, your world, and maybe you can even create a business from what you learned being an early adopter. One of my former clients, she said to me, especially around, if you help people with marketing, if you help people with social media, she said, the people at a gold rush who make the most money are not the people who are out there panning for gold. The people who make the most money are the ones who are selling the picks and the shovels. And so if your curiosity can lead you somewhere where you find an opportunity, who knows, maybe you can set up shop and be selling picks and shovels to people and making a whole lot of money doing it. And most importantly, having a really great time. So I think that's the whole of my message here, and I'm just really glad that I was able to share that, and wish everyone lots of blessings and continued prosperity in your business.
And I'm in beautiful California in the freezing waters of the Pacific. But I'm here and I'm having a lot of fun. And what I wanted to say to you today is this. You have to take time in business to relax. You have to take time to take your mind off of chaotic business things and just relax. You need to give yourself that break so that you can think your ideas. So you can think new ideas. Think of new things beyond what you normally do, so that when you get out there, you can actually come up with fresh and innovative things to solve your problems, to create new products, new concepts, and everything. Because you know what? Just like the ocean, business is a constant cycle of ups and downs. Big waves and nice, easy, slow motion things. And so you have to give yourself that break. All right, that's my tip to you. Thanks.